Gaz Coombes, welcome to the programme. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right, thank you.
Where's that microphone coming through?
Oh, hello.
There he is. Hello.
I'm here.
That's brilliant.
That was weird hearing Just Got Back Today. I mean, if we were sort of new wave of new wave when Supergrass started out, then what was that?
Well, I'm saying only the bands Ride and the Charlatans could have been. I mean, you listen to it. It was very much of the time, that record, but very good at it, though, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I had the haircut that was important for that period, which is kind of slightly mopped,
Yeah. We should
Mark Gardner cut.
We should probably mention, well, obviously, because, you know, from the whole Oxford scene, we should mention that was by the Jennifers, which was the band which eventually grew into Supergrass. When you first, obviously, decided to start again, did you have a real idea of what you wanted to be?
I don't think so. I think it was probably just the stuff we were listening to around that time, and then and how, I suppose what happened in the room when we got together and we plugged amps in and Danny got on the kit, I think that kind of dictated the sound in a way. But we were listening to some weird stuff around it, you know, like kind of Zappa and sort of Pixies really varied sort of stuff.
This was around the time of Supergrass or Jennifers?
Beginning of Supergrass.
Yeah.
And the Jennifers as well. You know.
So where did the pop sensibility
eclectic.
come in then?
I don't know, really. I don't know. You know, I know Beatles. I don't know, the Beatles and the Stones and, you know, kind of just sort of some of the classic stuff. But, you know, it was more the sound that we created. I suppose we just got in a room, we turned everything up. Danny played really loud. The cymbals were so loud all the time. So we had to kind of, me and Mick had to kind of pump our amps up to kind of get over his racket.
They'd have liked to have been Beefheart, but they weren't good enough at that point. That's the thing. Couldn't play well enough.
That sort of thing, really. When we locked ourselves in a room for a while to try and sort of, you know, get it. But, you know, yeah, then the sound just came from that, really. We were sort of compared to so many bands that we'd never heard of, which is quite odd. Yeah. That was kind of a strange kind of feeling.
Still is now, I think. When was the first time you were played on the radio? Would have been John Peel, would it? Do you remember hearing yourself for the first time?
Yes. Well, I mean, I remember the Jennifers actually before that. I can't remember. Do you know what? I can't remember when that was. But we were playing at Southampton Joiners. I think this was with Supergrass when our record came on. And, you know, I think we were just sitting in a cafe having a sort of big fry up and came on the radio and we all just started jumping around. This is us! You know, as you would when you're kind of 16, 17, very excited.
Can I just very quickly, because I know we haven't got much time before the news, but I just want to test you on memories of old tours.
Oh, no.
Because what sort of van were you driving around with in early days? Was it just a splitter van?
No, it was a little just a transit van with nothing in the back, just sort of wooden floor and sort of the footwells that you can perch on.
Lamo's got something in his hands here. He's just going to tell us more.
This was ripped down from the dressing room door at Manchester University Students' Union. I think this is February 95. Does that ring any bells? Look at that. It's the show times. It says show times at the top, and it's basically the itinerary for the night.
Read it out. What's it say?
So, yeah, doors 7:45, Blue Tones at 9:15. And Supergrass at 10:15, curfew at 11.
Yeah, we're not going to play for more than 45 minutes.
No, we couldn't, because every song was like 2.5 minutes long, and we only had about 10 songs anyway. So, and added to that, we would kind of often we would kind of burn the candles somewhat. So we would play a lot faster than we should have done, perhaps if we were all sober. But yeah, so these gigs were just like 25 minutes long. Yeah. But people never felt shortchanged. It was weird. We never got any kind of complaints about it. No. But they were pretty kind of mental, those shows.
Okay. Stephen Mack, do you charge people to come around your house? You can do like guided tours of Britpop. It could be a museum. It'd be amazing.
I'm a walking museum.
We haven't finished
yet during the course of this week.
Gaz, you chose a song for us to play, and you wanted to play the Beta Band.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think through the whole sort of, the Britpop time, you know, the mid-90s, I think we were listening to all sorts of stuff. We were listening to a lot of American stuff, but equally, you know, the contemporaries, I suppose, of ours, you know, the UK, yeah, Super Furries, you know, Beta Band, you know, I wasn't so into the rest of it. But there you go.
We've got Gaz Coombes from Supergrass playing live for us in a second after this track. And in 1995, when he asked you, the evening session listeners, or the evening session listeners of the time, to vote for their favourite session, which we'd had recorded for us during 1995, the winner that year was this Supergrass session, which was recorded on April the 13th, 1995 at Supergrass, and this is Strange Ones.
Live, 13th of April 1995 is when that originally happened in session for the evening session. Supergrass and Strange Ones from the band's debut album, I Should Coco, which came out in 1995. I should get a signed copy of that because my daughter's called Coco. Obviously, Britpop has influenced the names of all my children. I've got one called Cass. Obviously, there was Cass in the census things. And then my initial daughter was called India. And everyone went, oh, did you call her India because you like indie music? It's like, no, actually, really not. We have Gaz Coombes in front of us here at the Maida Vale Studios, and he's going to play a track for us now. Do you have, what kind of memories do you have of that whole era? Kind of, it must have been like a roller coaster ride and fairly insane to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really get time to stop and think, you know. We were just kind of really early tour to the States in 95, I think it was, and maybe end of 94 as well, because we did a few videos over there. We did the video for Time over in the States and also Lenny as well. So we were kind of touring a lot, you know, and didn't really get time to stop and think about it. It was kind of, like you say, you know, a kind of roller coaster. We just kind of went for it. And
do you remember the first time you came here to Maida Vale?
I don't really know. I mean, they all kind of they all sort of went into one kind of memory because it's the same place, and so you come and it's the same.
Well, I was going to say this is the thing which doesn't help bands. It's not been repainted since 19.
No, I know.
Well, 60, I don't think, but certainly probably during your tenure.
I do remember frolicking around up in the mezzanine level up there while we were waiting to perform. Yeah,
just to set the scene. So Gaz, who was with us in this, there is a little studio section or a little room where you can put a studio here, and then Maida Vale 4, which is one of the classic rooms at Maida Vale, which is where Nirvana did some of their sessions in the Undertones. It's not the biggest studio down here, that's Maida Vale 3, but Maida Vale 4 is, I think it's one of the most, it's probably the most legendary.
Yeah, it's my favourite studio, it's really intimate.
Great.
I mean, I think probably for both of us, when we did a show here with Oasis playing live where you are now, when we were in the Goldfish Bowl, as we call it here, and there were people sitting up, and there is a little mezzanine level where people can look down on you, which was full of fans. But it's an amazing place to come.
It is great. You know, I mean, walking in here, I've maybe not been in here for a few years. I came in with Danny when we did some Hot Rod stuff a few years back. Yeah. And, but it just, I kind of walked in and all those kind of memories come flooding in. Not very detailed memories I might add about
kind of
when and where
memories.
and how, but yeah.
Can I just very quickly mention John K's text? John says, "Hi Steve and Joe, can you tell Gaz I now own, I do own the remnants."
I thought it was going to be something really bad there.
I own the remnants of the set list of Supergrass's gig at the Joiners Arms in Southampton when they played with the Blue Tones on the tour you mentioned earlier on. The gig was great. It cost £3 for a ticket.
There you go.
Value for money.
Cheap.
Doesn't come much better than that. Are you ready to play for us?
Yeah, I'm going to play another song that's also in A, like Strange Ones was. We did quite a few in A back then. This is about a run-in with the local constabulary some years ago. All right. Locked in the cell, feeling unwell. I talked to a man, he said it's better to tell. Who told you the blow? Well, it was no one I know. If only you'd tell us, we'd let you go. We'll make it out for you, my son, so tell us what you know. We'll make you wish you stayed at home.
Oh, I so wish the mezzanine was full of people all cheering and clapping at this moment in time. Well done, yay!
Come on, Red Button. Come on, cameraman. That's a little bit better. We should mention we're filming a lot of the sessions this week, which you'll be able to see on the Red Button at some point. And also, Gaz, you've been obviously. I don't think you've got like one gig in the diary at the moment, but that's because you're working on your next album. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm in the studio at the moment, so it should be all done in a few months, hopefully. And
got the songs, all the songs.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, they're all pretty much there. Should be a single out kind of end of the summertime, and I will be playing another. I think I'll be playing a festival, kind of a large festival in the West Country region around June at some point, maybe.
Oh, really?
So we'll see about that one.
That's exciting. And how much, just very quickly, how much is this new album informed by the gigs that you did, going out and playing songs? Because you were starting to put new songs into the set, the last the tour you did. Is there a sort of response when you get a song, play it, and then take it back, and then think, yeah, this is good?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I put a couple of new songs into the recent sort of church tour that I did, which was really exciting. I mean, it was great just to play with the spaces and the rooms that I was doing on that church tour were just incredible acoustics, and it gave me a lot of ideas as far as kind of production and the kind of the style and sound and kind of approach, and so it had a big impact on me, and so it's sounding amazing. I'm really kind of just trying to kind of contain my excitement while I get it done, you know, because I'm just
Brilliant.
I'm so up for doing all the touring and getting it out soon, you know.
Excellent.
Gaz, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
If you
Thanks
come
very
back
much.
in here, Steve has got some more of his memorabilia that he's
I'd love to
unearthed
see
in his loft.
I've got,
These little magic pockets.
I've got some of your
In his
old
big-
singles here, one of which I would like signed, and I never ask anyone that.
I'm coming straight in.
It's a lovely picture of you there. Gaz Coombes, thank you very much indeed.